Hello students, welcome to another session of All Force e-learning program. I am Vienna, your physics lecturer. So we are doing with a chapter called Electric Potential and Capacitors. Right? Today we will take up some illustrations regarding the capacitors. We will do some problems. I will give you some shortcut techniques how to solve the problems regarding the capacitors, circuit problems. All that we will deal today, right? So one of the basic and most important question which has appeared in many of the entrance examination that I am going to deal here. Now in this one there are many things to be learned and they are helpful even for many in different other chapters also. Right? So let's talk about that. So there was a very beautiful problem given in one of the entrance examination. Well, it has this question has appeared in many entrance examinations, not only one entrance. Before going to this, let's have a recall of what are the necessary things to understand this problem, right? So we know I was telling you capacitors are electrical devices to store charge. The amount of charge stored depends on the potential, the Q proportional to V. So therefore capacity C is equal to Q by V, or Q is CV, or V is equal to Q by C. Capacity, right? The basic formula for capacitor based on which you can find out all the various things, right? That is the first one. Later, the most important thing regarding capacitor is the energy stored in it. You know the energy stored? The energy stored in a capacitor is half CV square or Q square by 2C, or it is half QV. This is the energy stored in a capacitor, right? The energy that is stored in a capacitor there, right? Next, the electric field that is produced between the plates of a capacitor. The electric field EF. This is energy, please. This is energy, right? And this is the electric field. This is V by D, where V is the potential difference between the plates of the capacitor. D is the distance between the plates. If it is a parallel plate capacitor, right? The electric field. Then, suppose if he is asking you to find out about surface charge density, right? The surface charge density, we know surface charge density sigma is Q by A, the surface charge density. Potential, from that we can find out V is equal to Q by C. Energy density he will be asking. The energy density U, it is the energy per unit volume, E by Q. Right? So based on these things, there was a very beautiful question that was asked. The question is like this. Look, n identical n number of identical liquid drops, identical charged liquid drops, n identical charged liquid drops combine to form a big drop, combine to form a big drop, big liquid drop. Then in such case, compare the electrical parameters of the big drop to the small drop. All the electrical parameters of the big drop to the small drop. What are the various electrical parameters that exist actually? Well, charge of the big drop with respect to the small drop. Suppose the charge of the small drop is small q, the big drop is capital Q. So capital Q is how many times small q? Surface charge density of the big with respect to small, right? Electric field of the big with respect to small, electric potential of the big with respect to small, capacity of the big drop with respect to small drop, the electric field, capacitance, potential of the big with respect to small, potential energy, electrical energy of the big to small, and finally the energy density of the big to small. And you know there will be questions where he gives one parameter and he'll be asking you the other parameter, and I'll even tell you that case even. If he gives, if the potential of the big drop is some x number of times the smaller drop, then what would be the energy? How many times it would be? Well, he gives one parameter, asks you to find the other parameter. Instead of giving the number of drops like this. So then, how to do the problem? So please look here. So what actually happened is there were n tiny liquid drops. There were charged liquid drops. Tiny liquid drops like this. All drops combine together to give a bigger drop. There is a bigger liquid drop that's being formed. A big drop is formed like this. A big drop is formed. So if tiny drops combine together to form a big drop, charge drop, then what are all the various things, what we have to, what are the various parameters, how we have to find, compare about the big drop with respect to the small drop. Bigger charge, bigger liquid drop, charge, capacity, potential, energy, all of the big with respect to the small is asked me to find. Look here, let the radius of the smaller drop be smaller and the radius of the bigger drop be capital. The radius first. The charge on the small drop is small q and the bigger drop be capital Q. For the bigger one, capital Q. The surface charge density of the smaller one is sigma s, we will say, and that for the bigger one is sigma b. We will call. The electric field on the surface Es, well correspondingly this is Eb, the electric field of the bigger drop. Then the capacity of the smaller drop Cs, then for the bigger one it is Cb, big. Potential of the smaller drop is Vs, bigger one Vb. The energy of the smaller drop, let us say the energy of the small, I'm putting the energy as U, please, right? So let's take the, so that there may not be any confusion, I am putting energy as Q and surface energy density as J, right, please. So the energy density of the energy of the bigger drop is P, where the energy density of the smaller drop J's and that of bigger is. Now our question is, write the values of these bigger drop corresponding values in terms of the corresponding values of the smaller drop and how many times this will be with respect to that. We have to find that, right? So we will find all this, we will find it out, right? There are, I'll tell you all the direct formulas for this. Whenever you come across such questions, just remember the formula, just use that and get the answer, right? So how to find out these things then, right? So let us put it in detail. Please look. So there were n tiny charged drops like this. N tiny charged drops like this combined together to give a bigger drop. This one, radius capital R, charge capital Q, surface charge density sigma B, so on and so forth. This is small r, right? Small q, small sigma is so on and so forth. First, let us talk about charge. You know, before combining, let's suppose that the liquid drops have not been combined, are not being combined yet. Let's suppose. So each liquid drop has a charge small q. Each one has a small charge small q. Well, small q each. That way there are n such drops. Small q, small q, small q. That way there are n such drops. Therefore, now when there are n such drops, what is the total charge that is possessed by all the n drops together? All the n drops together before combining. Well, you know, according to charge, I was telling you in the earlier chapter, the properties of charge I was telling you, I said charge is additive. You might be remembering, very important property. Charge is additive. Charge is a scalar quantity. So when there are Q1, Q2, Q3 within a limited boundary, like within a particular this thing, then if you are talking about some charges Q1 plus Q2 plus Q3 dot Q, and the total charge is the algebraic sum of all the charges. This I was telling you. So therefore the total charge here, the total initial charge. The total initial charge. So this is n times. Well, each one Q like this here. The total initial charge is. Well, the charge of the bigger one is capital. The charge of the bigger one is capital. Now again I have given you another property of the charge. Charge can neither be created nor destroyed. Law of conservation of charge, very important. Conservation of charge. Charge can neither be created nor destroyed in any process. whatever be the process, whether it is a chemical reaction, nuclear reaction, thermal reaction, a mechanical process, any process it is, the charge will be conserved. So the total final charge is capital. Then according to law of conservation of charge, the total initial charge is total final charge. Charge is conserved. The charge is conserved. So therefore total final charge capital Q is total initial charge small q. So therefore capital Q is n times small q. This is the fundamental first and the foremost important thing regarding the charge. So let me write down all those things what we derived, the basic formula. So charge. So with respect to the charge there, charge of the big drop is n times the charge of the small drop. Capital Q is n, small q is. Charge of the bigger one is n times smaller charge of the smaller one. The charge is conserved. Each one has got charge q like this, n charges. The total charge is nq. Well, bigger one capital Q. Since all have got combined to this one without any no loss of any matter there. So therefore, all the initial charge is now combined. This charge will be conserved. In any such process, their charge always remains constant. Well, maybe there is some loss of energy. There may be some loss of energy or something like that, right? Potential may change, energy may change, but the charge will remain constant. Similarly, same as charge, similarly, mass is also conserved. Well, suppose if I take mass of each charge, you let the mass of each tiny charge be small in each. Mass of each one is small in each. Small and small and small. Let me take it as small each. What is the total initial mass before combining them? It is n. The total mass initially m like this. That way n. The total initial mass is equal to n into m. Well, let the mass of the bigger one be capital mass. Then, according to law of conservation of mass, all the n drops have combined together to form a bigger drop. So the mass is conserved there. Mass, all the matter has combined to form a bigger one. There is no loss of any matter. No part of the liquid drop is being lost. So all the mass is added. So therefore the mass of the bigger one is equal to mass of the smaller. The total mass of the smaller. Capital M is n times smaller. Well, this he may not be asking you, but this is helpful to us to remember. Mass of the bigger one is n times mass of the smaller. N it is. Mass is conserved. Right? Now why I have taken mass now? Why? What is the necessity of mass to be considered is because when I take mass, with mass I find out volume. From volume I find radius. Radius is helpful to find out the remaining things. So, when mass is conserved, when mass of the bigger drop is equal to n times small m, I shall write mass as volume into density. Density of the body. Density is equal to mass per volume. Cross multiplying mass is equal to volume into density. Right? So volume into mass is volume into density. Well, mass of the bigger one I have found it as n times the mass of the smaller one. So I shall write mass of the bigger one as volume of the bigger one density is n times volume of the smaller one into density. Mass is volume into density. So mass of the bigger, volume of the bigger into density of the liquid. N into mass, volume of the smaller into density. Well, bigger drop or smaller drop, liquid, all the material is same. Since the liquid is same, the matter is same, the material is same, the density is same. So volume of the bigger one will be n times the volume of the smaller one. But what is volume? Sphere. It's a liquid drop. Drop is a sphere. So therefore, volume of the bigger one, 4 by 3 pi capital R is n times 4 by 3 pi smaller. 4 by 3 pi, 4 by 3 pi cancel. So therefore, capital R cube is equal to n times, or capital R is n power 1 by 3 smaller. A very important relation, very useful to find out the remaining parameters like this. This is also important, please remember. The radius of the bigger drop is n power 1 by 3 radius of the smaller. Well, you just remember these things. The final answers, what I find, will you just remember them and apply in your problem set. Right? This is, I'm making you to understand how I have got onto such relations that I'm explaining to you. Right? So charge is conserved, mass is conserved. Well, volume also remains same because the density is same. So volume also remains same. Volume is constant. Volume of the bigger drop is volume of the smaller drop because no part of the matter is being lost. Volume of the big drop is volume of the small drop. So equating their volume, I get the radius. I have found the radius. So the radius of the bigger drop R is equal to n power 1 by 3 radius of the smaller drop. The radius of the bigger one is n times the radius. N power 1 by 3 it is. N power 1 by 3 times radius of the smaller drop. So capital R is n power 1 by 3 small. Right? Good. Now let us come to the next parameter. He will be asking to find out how the capacity of the capacitor, capacity of the liquid drop. Well, I can consider each sphere, each one as a sphere there. Each liquid drop is a sphere. Then I have given you the capacity of the sphere. You know, the capacity of the sphere is 4 pi epsilon naught. For the smaller drop, the capacity of the smaller drop is 4 pi epsilon naught. Considering the bigger drop, bigger one, the capacity of the bigger drop is 4 pi epsilon naught capital R. Capacity big is 4 pi epsilon capital R, capacity small is 4 pi epsilon smaller. So dividing both this cancel. CS by C big is smaller by capital R, reciprocating. C big by CS is capital R by smaller. But you know capital R is n power 1 by 3 smaller. So substituting here, it's n power 1 by 3 smaller by smaller. This cancel. C big is n power 1 by 3 C small it is. The capacity of the bigger drop. Capacity of the bigger drop is n power 1 by 3 capacity of the smaller drop. C big is n power 1 by 3 C small it is. C big is n power 1 by 3 capacity of the smaller drop. Right? So this is again a very important very important this thing, right? Comparing the bigger one and the smaller one, comparing the big and the small together, C big is n power 1 by 3 C small. Right? So surface charge, like first charge and mass. Charge and mass are conserved, so therefore the bigger one is n times the smaller. Simple. Radius, capacity. You see, similarly, surface charge density and electric field. The surface charge density and electric field both are also similar to this one. How? Look here. What is surface charge density? Surface charge density is equal to charge per unit area. Suppose if I take a bigger drop, sigma big, q big by area big. Sigma small, q small by area small. Right? Both. Sigma big by sigma small, capital Q by small q, area capital small a by capital. This will work. This comes up. Well, capital Q is n times small q by small q into area. Area of a sphere is 4 pi r square. Smaller sphere 4 pi smaller square. Bigger one 4 pi capital R square. 4 pi cancel like this. Well, this I can write it as this is equal to n by 1 into small r by capital R whole square. When capital R we have found it is n power 1 by 3 smaller. That is the reason I have already found it. For it will be helpful in finding the many such parameters. It's n power 1 by 3 smaller. This is cancelled. It's n power 1 by 3 whole square is n power 2 by 3. N power 1 by n power 2 by 3. This is n power 1 by 3 is 1. So therefore sigma big by sigma small is n power 1 by 3. This is n power 1 by 3 sigma small. So that way you can find out the surface charge density of the bigger. Compare the big and the small. Compare the big and the small like this. Right? So that is regarding the surface charge. Similarly, you can find the electric field. How? What is electric field? You know electric field of a sphere. Suppose if I consider this as a charge sphere, electric field is sigma by epsilon naught. This we have derived in the earlier classes, earlier chapter, in the previous chapter. If the surface charge density of the sphere is sigma, then the electric field is sigma by epsilon. Because you know the electric field is 1 by 4 pi epsilon. We have found this. We have already dealt with this in the earlier classes like this. the electric field E is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught charge q by r square. You know, 4 pi r square is area. This is area. So charge per unit area is sigma. Right? So therefore, electric field of the bigger, this is for smaller. Similarly, it is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught charge q big by r square. Well, 4 pi r square is capital A and q by capital A, this is sigma. So therefore, electric field and surface charge density, if you consider electric field surface charge density, both are directly proportional. Same ratio. Well, sigma epsilon naught is the constant of proportionality. So whichever way the surface charge density changes, electric field also changes the same way. It's n power 1 by 3. Electric field also similar, same as this one there, right? The electric field also changes the same way as that of the surface charge density. You see, I am writing all the similar things at the same all similar things are being written at the same point so that it will be easy for you to understand and remember them, right? So please here, radius, capacity, surface charge density and electric field all are n power 1 by 3 times the smaller values. These parameters of the bigger one are all n power 1 by 3 times the smaller one. Well, mass and charge n times that of the small one. Well, next talking about the electric potential. Potential of the big with respect to potential of the small. Potential of the big with respect to potential of the small. You see, I was telling you in the earlier chapter, well, in this chapter itself, in the earlier classes, the potential of a liquid drop. You know, we know the potential on the surface of a liquid drop. I have derived a formula that V is equal to its Q by R. Suppose if I take the bigger drop, it's the charge of the bigger one by radius of the bigger one. Right? Charge of the bigger one by radius of the bigger one there. Similarly, if I write it to the smaller drop, it's 1 by 4 by epsilon naught small q by small. Realize? Constants go, right? So, taking the ratio of this cancel, it's capital Q by small q into small r by capital R. Well, capital Q is, we have found there capital Q, it's n times. Well, capital R again we have found this is n power 1 by 3 times small r. Well, this cancel. It's n power 1 by n power 1 by 3. It's n power 2 by 3 is 2 1. 1 minus 1 by 3, it's 2 by 3. So therefore the potential, it's n power 2 by 3 times the potential is smaller one. So V big is n power 2 by 3 times. Right, next let us talk about the energy of the liquid drop. Energy. Well, I can take to find out the energy there, to find the energy, I can use this formula, this or this, either of these things you can use. Whichever one you use, you will get the same answer. Well, for simple calculation, let me use this. Because so the energy of the bigger drop, U big, it's half Q big by V big. Then the energy of the smaller drop, half Q small potential of the small, V small. Then this cancel. Now substitute the terms from these things. Q we have found, Q I have found it as n times small. Potential I have found V big is n power 2 by 3. So it's n power 2 by 3 times V small. Well, all these things get cancelled, all are lost like this. It's n power 1, n power 2 by 3. Well, it's 1 plus 2 by 3, you will get it as n power 5 by 3. So therefore, the energy of the bigger one is n power 5 by 3 times the energy of the small. Very important, right? So, you know, in the previous question it was like this. This was the question that was asked in the entrance examination. If the potential is 100 times, potential of the bigger drop is 100 times the potential of smaller drop, then the energy of the bigger drop is 100 times the smaller. That was the question. Well, he can even ask you, he'll give you any one of this and he'll ask you to find the other. If suppose he says the capacity of the bigger drop is 10 times the capacity of the smaller drop, then how about the potential? Well, given capacity of the bigger drop is 10 times capacity of the smaller, but C big is n power 1 by 3, C small. So it's n power 1 by 3, C small is 10 into C small cancel. So it's n power 1 by 3, 10, n is 10 cube. Qing on both sides. 1000 you get. Now what he is asking you, he is asking you to find out what is the potential. Well, We know potential of the bigger one, V big, it's n power 2 by 3 V small. So V big, n is 1000. So it's 1000 power 2 by 3 V small. So we cancel. Come on, fine. So that way he can give you any of this and find the other. It's nothing, it's not like always he has to give you the number of drops itself and to find. He need not give you the number of drops. Any of the parameter will give you and he'll ask you to find the any other parameter like this. Achha, similarly, coming to energy density of the bigger one. What is energy density? Energy per unit volume. Well, energy density J is equal to energy by volume, energy per unit volume. So it's U by V. Right? So please don't get confused. I am symbolizing energy density as J and energy is U, so that you may not get confused with electric field, energy, all that. Because if electric field is E, energy is also E, you may get confused. So that is the reason I am taking it as the electric field is E, but the energy is U. I have specified it as U, and I am putting energy density as J. Please don't get confused. Right? It is just for our simplification. It's just only for our this thing. So understanding. So please don't get confused. I am just specifying it for our understanding only, please. Right? This is not a authentic convention there. It is just for our understanding. I put it like this so that I can avoid some confusion. I have already taken electric field as E. Electric field is E. So energy actually E, energy. But this E and this E you will get confused. So that is the reason I put it as U. Energy I am taking it as U, please. Well, again the energy density, actually energy density is usually it is specified as U. Now I am symbolizing as J there, right? So please don't get confused. It is only for our understanding, only for this problem, please. Don't get it generalized. It's not a generalized phenomenon, okay? So coming to the energy density, it's energy per unit volume. Energy by volume, right? Energy per unit volume. Well, if I take the bigger one, big energy of the bigger one by volume, bigger one. Energy density of the smaller one, U small by V small. You know, I have been finding all these things by taking the basic formula and dividing that. Any other thing, if he is asking, you can do the same way. If he not only these parameters, he may ask you any other parameter, even that also. Suppose if I am missing it, right? Even that also. Go to the basic formula, take the bigger values. Similarly, take the smaller values, divide. Now the basic fundamental things they are already present. Well, most important are this and this. Usually in any formula we come across charge. Charge is parameter. Every electrical parameter is linked to charge. Obviously. Right, and radius, well, things depend on the size, the shape and size. So those two just you remember, substitute in anything you will get the thing. Please look here. So if I go on with the energy there, so it's energy, divide both, energy big by energy small. Energy big is n power 5 by 3 energy small. So it's n power 5 by 3 energy small by energy big by energy small into volume of the small by volume of the big. What is volume? Don't get confused, it's not potential, it's volume, please. Right, volume. So what is volume? 4 by 3 pi r cube. So it's 4 by 3 pi small r cube by 4 by 3 pi capital R cube. 4 by 3 by 4 by 3 pi cancel. Well, small r by capital. I was telling you capital R, shape, size, all that depends on that. So therefore capital R is n power 1 by 3. This is small r by capital R whole cube, shall I write? So this is cancelled, it's n power 5 by 3 into small r by bigger one is n power 1 by 3 small r whole cube. These two will get cancelled. So this cancelled. 1 by 3 whole cube is m here. 1 by 3 cube, 3 will cancel it. So 5 by 3 n power 1. So it's 5 by 3 minus 1. It's 2 by 3 G's. So that way you can find out the bigger. You can compare the parameters of the bigger one with the smaller one. All the electrical parameters of the big to small you can compare regarding this problem. Very important. Now you remember only these formulae. These things you remember. I shall repeat all the things again. Just have a note of all the things. And you see, even if there is any application giving one and asking the other one, you can just substitute. Let me tell you. First, charge of the big is n times charge of the small because charge is conserved. So please remember, whatever be the process, however you combine, whichever way you do, charge is always conserved. Charge big is always charge small. Right? Charge big, total charge big is always total charge small. Well, each charge small q, n such tiny drops, so nq it is, so bigger one is n small q. So capital Q is equal to n small q. Charge is conserved. Well, mass is also conserved. Right? So mass is also unchanged. So capital is n small. From mass we derive this radius. This is also important. You see these four things, they have got same radius, capacity, surface charge density, electric field strength. These four things, the value of the bigger one is n power 1 by 3 times the value of the smaller one. The bigger one value is n power 1 by 3 times the smaller one. Well, coming to this one, well, I shall write this energy aside. So energy big, it's n power 1 by 5 by 3 energy small. These both potential and energy density same, n power 2 by 3. N power 2 by 3 potential and energy density. And the energy is n power 5 by 3 times the energy small. Well, I tell you, any of the thing he asks, you can directly find out the answer, substitute, get the answer. He may give you one and ask you to find the other one. Sometimes I was just giving you, right? He'll give you capacity, he'll ask you potential. Capacity m by 1 for 1 by 3. So he gives you this value. But let me tell you a simple example. Suppose he says the capacity of the bigger one is some extends the capacity of smaller one. Then how about the potential of the bigger with respect to small? This is the problem in there. Well, given capacity of the bigger one is n power 1 by 3, we know capacity big is n power 1 by 3, capacity small is x times cs. So n power 1 by 3 is x, so n is x cube. Well, I want the potential, it is n power 2 by 3 vs. So potential is n power 2 by 3 vs. So potential, he didn't give you n, he gave you x. So x cube to the power 2 by 3 is vs. It is cancelled. So V big is x square. Anything he can give you, anything. Usually he'll compare the things. This is one set. Radius, capacitance, sigma, all 1 power 1 by 3. One set it is. Potential, energy density, other set. Usually he gives one value in one set and he'll ask you to find out the other value in other set there. Right? One in one set and other in the other set. From that you can make out. So that way you can write down the things and find the things, right? Thank you. Thank you.